I wonder where they will spend the night. Nary, Ruth hissed. Then the two of them dissolved into giggles. I was fairly certain that Thaddeus and Eve expected the angels to be their overnight guests. Rooms had been prepared for them at any rate, and it would only make sense for the angels to stay. Neighbors from all the nearby farms had been invited to join the 50 or so souls who lived on Thaddeus's property, and the planned celebration would no doubt go on long into the night. I supposed it must be a 4 or 5 hour flight to Windy Point from here. Rather a distance to cover if the angelic visitors got a late start or consumed too much wine. Or found other inducements to stay. "What do you think? Shall I wear my red dress?" Neri was asking. "Or is it too fine for a simple summer dinner?" "Oh, it's too fine. What about your green dress, the one with the flowers? I think I'll wear the blue dress that matches my eyes." "I'll lend you my sapphire earrings." I didn't waste any time wondering what I might wear to the banquet, since I didn't plan to attend. Thaddeus was quite egalitarian in his approach to management. He expected every employee to call him by his first name, sit with him at the table, and work wholeheartedly to keep the farm profitable, while the family, Thaddeus, Eve, and their 3 children, sometimes dined in a more elegant state when they were entertaining company. For the most part, Thaddeus didn't recognize much division between classes, and he surely knew that every man, woman, and child in the compound was dying to get a closer look at these most fabulous and exotic visitors. But I had seen angels before. All my curiosity had been satisfied long ago. I had even seen 2 of these particular angels, though it had been nearly 2 decades, and it seemed unlikely that Saul would recognize me after all this time. I had gained a little weight, and I wore my dark hair in a much shorter style. And anyway, I had never done anything particularly memorable when Saul was around. Raphael, of course, would know me the instant he saw my face. Neri and Ruth continued their chattering, joined from time to time by other girls who passed through the kitchens, their arms full of cheese or bread or freshly picked vegetables. Some of the older women joined in the speculation about what might please the angels, and a few of them touched their hands to their hair or their hips, as if contemplating what they might do to draw the attention of the visitors. But no one asked me which angel I found more attractive. No one asked me what I planned to wear to dinner. The other workers liked me well enough, but they didn't consider me a frivolous woman. In fact, these days, I was about as far from frivolous as it was possible to be. During all the talk and all the work, I kept half my attention on the door, waiting for the sound of wagon wheels. My niece Sheba had been sent to the nearest ranch to barter for a pig that we could serve with the evening meal. Not a very glamorous commission, and the other girls her age had begged to stay home, where they might manage to throw themselves into an angel's path. But Sheba had laughed and flipped back her thick dark hair and told Thaddeus she didn't mind picking out pigs and sharing a cart with livestock. I supposed that one of the reasons she was so willing to go was that David was driving the wagon, and David was madly in love with her. Sheba was too much of a flirt to let David know how much she liked him. Her primary purpose in life appeared to be to keep the young man in a state of hopeful agony, but she certainly wouldn't mind spending a few hours basking in his worshipful adoration as they traveled through a countryside made newly agreeable by the cessation of rain. As soon as I heard the creak of the wagon and the clop of the horses' hooves, I made an excuse to leave the stove and move to the back door so I could watch their arrival. David pulled the cart up close to the door so that Sheba wouldn't have to dirty her shoes in the mud that covered every inch of the property that wasn't actually sown with crops. I assumed he would then take the luckless pig down to the slaughterhouse where it would be readied for the meal. I saw it snorting and nosing about in the back of the wagon. It was big and mottled and fat, and I was sure it would be tasty. David drew the wagon to a halt and clearly intended to climb out to help Sheba down, but she was too quick for him. With a smile and a wave, she hopped to the ground, her skirts swinging and her dark hair fluttering around her face. "That was fun," she called carelessly to David. "Will you sit with me at dinner?" he called back. She